Would you like to learn how to load and unload your dog safely from a car? My name is Shannon Walker and I'm a professional dog trainer, and this is my English Lab Koa. Watch this video and you're going to learn that and a few extras.
I want to go over a little bit of the safety and the etiquette about loading dogs. Now, when we started out for this trip, and the very first time Koa was ever loaded into a vehicle, I kept it very, very simple. But I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on safety. So for Koa right now, I don't ever have dogs jumping in and jumping out of vehicles necessarily, depending on the height, because I don't want him to come down and hurt an elbow or go to jump in and miss and then fall back and injure themselves. And you know, growing up in the country, our dogs used to ride loose in the back of the truck, and dogs would just fly in and fly out of the vehicle, and it seemed like nothing ever happened. However, I've also been around long enough now, being a professional trainer for 27 years, that I've seen tragedy happen due to these simple activities. So man, when you invest as much time and love and energy into these dogs, you just want to make sure that they're safe. And so I really slow their momentum down coming and going, number one. Number two, again, it's very age appropriate for me just to set Koa in the crate. And that's what I'm going to do. At this age, being almost 4 months old, he's not going to be able to jump in there, and I don't want him to anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and load Koa. Now, Caliber is on a plot, which is the same word as down, just in another language. So he's on a plot, and I'm going to load Koa. I hold onto their leashes securely. Now I'm going to continue, plots. I'm going to continue to hold on to Caliber's leash. Just because he has obedience does not mean that I'm going to trust him to be safe out here, because the best dog can have a failing moment and go after another dog or a squirrel or a bird out in an unsecure parking lot and get hit by a car. So trained service dog, pet, whatever it is, keep your dog secure. Do not take the leash off, let him loose, and then let him jump. I keep him secure all the way till I close the door. I'm going to pick Koa up while I hold on to the end of Caliber's leash. Plots, reminding Caliber my expectation, because he's going to anticipate going in. Plot, make sure I don't pull his leash. As I gently load Koa into the crate, I take the leash off so he does not chew it, and then I'm going to go ahead and close the gate. Now, I'm going to allow Caliber to enter the vehicle. And so one thing that's really important when they're entering and when they're exiting is that it's always controlled for the safety of the dog and the humans around you. So break, come on, break. Now I'm going to have him load up, but I'm also going to make sure that I support with the leash to make sure that if he goes to jump in, it's safe. And we'll see how that goes right now. Caliber, come on, hop, hop, hop. There we go. Now he's in. I'm going to make sure everything is safe. And then I'm going to take the leash off. I'm actually going to take his regular collar off as well, or his training collar, his pinch collar. Back, back, back. So he'll back up. So notice how he's backing up. And keep filming. And that is the expectation. Now, I want to show and also demonstrate how to get him out without him busting out, because that is a serious situation that could end in injury and tragedy. We don't want that, and it all starts now. I'd be demonstrating this with Koa, but the height of the car makes him a little bit nervous, so he doesn't want to come out anyway. So I'm going to make demonstration with Caliber. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to open the vehicle. Back, back. Notice how I'm there saying back to let him know the expectation. He's going to anticipate wanting to come out. So right when that starts to open, I'm giving the command that I use back, which means back up to get out of my space or to not exit. All right? And so he's back. I know that Koa is secure. He's in a crate with a closed door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all of my attention on Caliber as opposed to thinking about what I need to get and where I'm going and other people. I'm going to get my dog secure first thing. So I go ahead and I put his training collar on. And then I'm going to leash him up. Back. Now, just because I did all that does not mean that is an invitation for him to exit the vehicle. He is not allowed to come forward until I invite. All right? And so I'm going to continue to say back. And if he did get up like he was anticipating, I'm going to make him surrender and do this again, because he has to learn that it's a calm, surrendered mindset that gets him what he wants. If he was to get up in anticipation and excitement, ready to go, and I let him come out with that mindset, then that's the mindset that gets him to move forward. Dogs do what benefit them. I want him to know that by complying, that this respectful demeanor gets him to the next thing. And I'm going to make sure, because everything good in life comes through me or the handler or as human if you're a good leader and you've given the dogs instructions so they can be set up to succeed. Now I'm going to bring him out, and I don't want him landing on his elbows. Even though it's not that far, man, I just don't want to risk it. He's too valuable to my heart. And so I'm going to put my hand on him. So now I'm going to give him a command to come out easy. Now just so everything you do with your body while you give a command becomes part of the command. If I put the leash on and immediately brought him out, then putting the leash on would be the cue to exit. So I made him wait. I'm going to put my hand on him. If I put my hand on him and I immediately brought him out, then that becomes the cue to exit, like a hand signal, and I don't want that. So I wait a minute. It may seem like, man, you have to stop all the time, but we do it in pieces, and pretty soon your muscle memory and the dog's experience, it doesn't have to be like I'm showing now. It will actually be faster in time, but we want to set the foundation for everything else to flow later in life safely. So now I'm going to come out with the word easy, which is just gently. I want him to exit the vehicle. Easy. Come on. Come on. Easy. And I'm going to go ahead and just slow down his momentum and gently, right like that. And that's it. So keep in mind, everything we do with our dog, we are setting an expectation of what the expectation is. All right. We want to make sure that we have a plan to execute that clearly so they understand. Because when it's all said and done, you just want to live a long life with your dog, and you want to make sure that they're safe and you can invite them into any area of your life you want. Well, this is just as important, exiting and entering a vehicle and etiquette in a parking lot out in a different town. How would it be if we'd opened that up and he took off in another town and he was loose and I didn't have a hear command and I didn't have control? So it didn't matter that we were just a little bit ago running on the beach having the times of our life. If it ended in tragedy, that's all we would remember, and we'd be praying for our dog to come back or to find them. So it all matters. Every step of the way with our dogs matters. So I'm going to load him again one more time safely, and we're going home, and it was an incredible weekend, and it's going to end wonderful. Hup, come on, hup, come on. Now I'm going to, yep, he's respecting the end. Oh, he's respecting the opening. I put all that there, back, I close it, back. Koa is already secure. What an incredible ending to an incredible weekend. See you next time.